Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ali and welcome to a weekly vlog. Hi, it's Editing Ali here, and no, this is not a weekly vlog. Basically, this bitch on day 1 of a 7-day vlog decided to read this book in practically one sitting and she would not shut up about it. So I'm cutting her off, and this is now a dedicated reading vlog for Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. Please enjoy. Alright, back to the yapper. As for the books that I want to read this week, you know it has to happen. I started this last night. I got 22 pages in and I was like, I need to vlog this, obviously. What am I doing? That being said, let's get started. It is officially Sunday. Well, it's been that way for a little bit. It's like 9 a.m. It's very overcast today, perfect reading weather, and I'm gonna be jumping right into this. Also, yeah, I have a pile of laundry here that's gonna get done today, but let's talk more about this. Hold on. Sorry, my butt was hurting sitting on the ground. This is technically the sequel to Not in Love. It's following two different couples, as many romance series do. We did get introduced in here, and yesterday I never finished this. First of all, I set it down 145 pages through. It's a soft DNF, but as I was like perusing, I think I flipped to every single page to try to look for these two's names. I saw some things that I don't know, I kind of want to read a little bit more. The reason I set this down is because their initial attraction was just a little bit, like, obviously that happens, lust at first sight, duh. But he immediately, I think he said that first night, they've known each other an hour, they didn't even hook up, and he's like, I will kneel towards my queen. So I'm thinking this is like a Star Wars, maybe Anakin, Queen Amidala, wait, what's her name? Padme kind of thing, and that's the only way I could enjoy it if I was trying to analyze this for fan fiction. I was also wondering if it was like somehow Dune, because their company was named Harkness, and like the Harkonnens. I don't think that's it. I was getting more of either an Anakin Padme situation, and then for a split second I was like, wait, is this Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker kind of thing? No, I don't think it is, although he does have a giant dog. Anyway, these two were fine. I love Ali's writing. This one was a little less energetic than I'm used to. I think this main character was way more reserved and way more less quirky than like she's typically known for. I apparently love the quirky characters, and you know what, I think this girl is gonna be a little quirky. Her name's Maya, is the main character of this book, and the reason I know that is because in this book, on page 188 of our text, it says that she finger guns her. She says precisely, there's no way this bitch ain't quirky. Like, we've figured that out now. So moving on to the book that we're actually talking about. This is following Maya, who's in her early 20s. I think she's 23. It takes place 2 years after this book, and she has the biggest, fattest crush on an old man. He's like 38. The fact that he's only 7 years older than me, I pretty much just call myself old. So it's age gap. It's a little forbidden because Maya, our main character in this book, is the sister of this little simp right here. And Connor, the main dude in here, he's the best friend slash business partner of this little simp right here. He's also Irish. I was poring over this yesterday to see if there was any like hookups in here between them, but it's very vague. In the beginning, Maya says that she finds Connor very, very hot, but it's clear that she just came back to town after studying abroad for many, many years. I did find two little instances of like, ooh, I'm already excited for this dynamic. He just has his friends over, including the old man, and his sister comes in, Maya, and she just says hi, but her cheeks are flush pink. Hi, Maya, Hark nodded. I can't do an Irish accent, I'm sorry. You will actually be mad at me if I try. He pointedly looked elsewhere. He was always nice enough to pretend not to notice Eli, this simp's sister's crush, but did a miserable job of it. And then it said, when his sister left, Hark's eyes followed her. Then he poured himself another glass of wine and downed it in one single gulp. So he's aware that she's goo goo gaga for him, and like his eyes following her. A little creepy, but you know what? I'm gonna be the first to admit I love an age gap. I do. And to be quite honest, they didn't really meet until she was 21. This was 2 years ago, and they're both adults. I really don't see the problem, but I think it's messier that he's in business slash best friends with her brother. We also learned in this book that Connor, the Irish student here, that's what we're gonna call him now, he was in love with another girl in their group. They dated, they work together now, they broke up, and then she got remarried with another dude who's their friend. So they're all very friendly, but it was very highly suggested in here that Connor, who's also sometimes called Hark, because that's his last name, never got over her. So that's interesting. There's like a different dynamic that I think we see in a lot of romances. Usually the ex is like vilified, but this ex I think everyone loves, including Maya. Like, she's very close to her. So yeah, that's all the drama you need to know from here, at least concerning these two, which I'm so excited. Okay, so This is getting so convoluted. I need to like fan myself for a second. The setup of this book is that our main characters are all in Italy because these two are getting married. And hopefully that's the last time I have to hold this fucking book up. They're at a destination wedding and I thought we wouldn't get there for a little bit, but like in chapter 1, she's flying to Italy and she's now there. Something seems to have happened between Maya and Connor in the two, okay, I gotta hold it up again. Since this book happened, again, this was 2 years ago, something happened in the year. This is my head in the timeline. I'm so sorry to anyone who's new and you thought this was gonna be a normal girl reading a book. No, she's a weirdo.
I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in.
In this timeline, something happened and she now really doesn't want anything to do with Connor. She wants to get over him. She's trying to avoid him. She was thinking about skipping her brother's wedding so she wouldn't have to see him. Something happened. Maya is saying that I'm no fan of the brain power I'm expending on someone who hasn't thought of me in years. And then a little voice inside her head says, untrue, at the very least, he thought of you last August. So now we have a title for this timeline. This is August last year. I just can't wait to see the tension build. I'm not sure if it's dual point of view. This book, goddamn, this was dual point of view. I really like a one-person point of view, especially in a romance, because it makes the tension build because you're kind of unsure. Like, obviously, he's gonna love her, but I think having it one-sided, you're more easily believing the main character for doubting whether or not the other person likes them, you know what I mean? Also, when she gets to Italy, she's riding in the car with someone else from this wedding party to the house that they're staying at. Our main character is this, like, she sort of mentioned that she might be Connor, the Irishman's new girlfriend. I feel like that's going to be a misdirect. That's like something that she just assumes, which honestly, sometimes Ali Hazelwood has miscommunication in the most annoying fucking way. So hopefully we get rid of that variable and question immediately. But also this girl that she thinks is Connor's girlfriend is so nice and she really likes her and they're possibly going to be best friends. Fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm ready for long glances across the room and this beautiful setting. Problematic summer romance. Let's go. I'm so excited. I've literally been reading for like 10 minutes, but I just need to say, I want to smack this man. In their first conversation that we've had, he has called her a child twice, and like a brat child. First he said, stop acting like a red dye guzzling child. I wrote, smack him. And then he said, to stop acting like the childish brat you so love to remind me that you aren't. And I wrote, never talk to this man again. I'd be so over it. Those are like triggering words to me, because Grant is 5 years older than me, and I'm pretty sure he said something like that to me when we first started dating. But now we're married, so I guess I get it.
I'm letting go of reservations so they don't hold me back any longer.
Okay, I'm almost halfway through and I'm having so much fun. I am loving this. This is very rom-com-y, but I cannot believe how readable it is, although I can, because that's exactly how Ali's other books are. And honestly, it's making me want to read Not in Love. Even when I don't have this book in my hand, I'm still bringing it up on the screen, my god. Because I do love those characters, and I really liked Rue. She was very interesting. Although, my god, I love these two, and I love Maya, our main character. She's just so... I don't know, I love her. We are going back in time. We're like bouncing back to when she first started bonding with Connor, the Irishman. And they actually started bonding before Not in Love. Here we are again. But yeah, I'm loving the flashbacks, even though we've only gone over like a span of 2 days. I hope that we continue. And it's so fun because I don't think much happened with them back then, but seeing their relationship grow and just the crush start. I love a crush. I've been crushed by so many crushes and I just love it. And it's fun to see other people go through it, but it's like, oof. Especially because in the present day, she has a crush, obviously, but she's being crushed. And I can't tell you how satisfying it is because it's like we've all been there, but we know it's also gonna end up like good for them, so it's not too crushing. It's just a good, fun story. And it's funny because I used to not enjoy books where someone was at a location other than like their home. I didn't like vacation stories, especially in a romance, because I always felt like, well, you guys are on vacation. It doesn't really count. You could fall in love with anyone in Italy, you know? But I think adding these flashbacks is also helping anyone who might be thinking that, although I think I've grown out of that, to solidify their connection. Oh, it's just so good. And honestly, it all depends on how good an author is at writing characters and connections, because even if they were just on vacation, Ali could have sold me on this crush. She really could have. Let's see what I've underlined. I'm like writing a lot in here, sharing some frustrations, the flashback scenes, even though in the present time, Connor, I would love to give him a noogie and like shove his head in the toilet because he's called her a child about 30 times. That's an exaggeration, but like, is it? The flashback Connor, I can totally see why she had a crush, because it would have happened to me too. Okay, a couple of things that I've highlighted. It's in the present day. It's the night that they get to this place. They're having dinner and he's laughing with the girl that Maya thinks he's dating. I kind of want to get into that more, but I don't know if you would consider that a spoiler, so I'm going to keep my little mouth shut. He laughs several times. Each time my stomach politely asks me if it could keel over. No, I say flatly, in this body we endure. And then later, oh god, this hurts. She loves taking care of their friend's baby, and so she's like guiding it over to go look at the lemon tree or something. And she hears everyone talking about, oh, she's so good with kids. And Connor says, give me patience, give me patience. She was one most recently. Sir, can you not? Like in front of I wrote, are you effing kidding me? And then she adds, my stomach asks if self-implosion is still off the table. I just love how playful Ali's writing is, and I was really missing it in this book that I can't shut up about. Like even the chapter that I just read, she's playing soccer with her brother, and it's kind of giving Monica vibes from Friends because she is like uber competitive. And apparently when they were younger, they all came up with a nickname for Maya when she gets really competitive called Maya-geddon. Eli, her brother's talking. The Maya-geddon hatches out of its depraved little egg every time there's a competition. I'm sorry, that is hilarious. So they kick her out of the game. Connor, sweet as can be. Like, he's so sweet, but he's pretending that he's not. But it's like, we all know, Connor, come on, stop playing. He runs over to her and gives her some water. She says, it's always water this and water that, but when I try to drink the blood of my enemies. I just love Ali's humor. It's just so fun and playful and like violent, but clearly not violent. I just love her. Also, just a side note, there's a character in here, random character, just like mentioned once from her college days. His name was Grant, and I had to show Grant. The line is, Grant, ? I always suspected that he was a weirdo.
I'm weird.
We had a little laugh about that. Anyway, things are looking great. I'm talking too much already. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm wondering if I can finish this tonight. It's 3 p.m. I get up really early for work, so I try to get in bed by like 9:15-ish. I could do this, as long as I don't get distracted, which I tend to do. So I'm gonna lock in, because I think I'll be so distracted at work tomorrow if I am just thinking about this, but I haven't finished it yet. Like, my meal is not complete yet. Ignore the clothes. I still haven't folded them yet. I'll do that after this clip. Just a quick update. I am a little over 2/3, not quite 3/4, maybe. I don't know. And I'm getting a little frustrated, but also like I'm not putting this book down. It's just come to the point, the same point I get to with all forbidden romances, especially like brother's best friend romances, but also age gap romances in an adult book. Because yes, I get it at the beginning, but then they kind of work through it or talk about it. It always gets to the point for me where I'm like, okay, what is the fucking problem? And at this point, one of the characters is very much like, what's the fucking problem? And the other one is just so adamantly, like, I'm ready for the other character. I would like to give them a pep talk, like, just forget about it. Just get over them. Please try to move on, because this is so frustrating. It's a complete red flag. So I'm starting to get very frustrated, and also by the fact that I kind of like the past timeline more than the present one, which is always just devastating. And I don't think we're gonna get many more. Maybe like one more flashback. So yeah, I'm still having fun. It's still so readable, but I'm getting a little frustrated. Also because, ooh, and I know this stings for me to say to our character, but also to me. I can't believe the words are coming out of my mouth, but they're acting a little immature. Like, obviously, he's not acting like he's 38, but she's not acting like she's 23. These two are acting like they're 16 years old. And it's so funny because there was a scene, I said I was making this quick, wasn't I? Oh God. There was a scene with a character from one of her other books, and Ali Hazelwood does that a lot. She puts a little cameo in. It's something Sarah Dessen used to do all the time. I like it because it's fun seeing characters that you really enjoyed, and it's also fun to like get the connection, to like understand that we're on the same page, Ali and I. But at the same time, I always approach it, even when I was like in middle school, I would think about the fact that there are people who have no idea what this bitch is talking about. They have no idea why we're suddenly talking to this person that's not a part of the story for so long, why we're focusing so much on it. And it is a little like, I don't know. There's a scene with a cameo from one of our other books. I'm not going to tell you which because it is fun, you know, wondering when it's going to happen and who it's going to be. But if you've read this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. One of the characters is trying to make the other jealous. And it's so funny because when the scene started, I literally wrote it in my notes. I said, I hate how much I love romance characters getting jealous. The thought I did not complete in here is that there's always a fine line. There's like making someone a little jealous. That's fun. That's a little messy and spicy. But then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, what are you doing? You're doing too much. That's what you're doing. And then the scene that follows this is fun, but at the same time, I'm being so vague because I don't want to like spoil anything. But in the present timeline, there's just something now that feels a little contrived and a little forced. It almost feels like we've gotten to the peak of the tension. In many ways. And yet Ali is still trying to go even further, and it's like, no. Babe, I thought you were a scientist. Physics tells us that you gotta come down. Is that a thing? I don't know. So yeah, I think Ali is testing my patience, not because I'm waiting for them to bang or anything like that. It's just that these two geniuses are not this dumb. And honestly, I feel bad for the character that realizes this is no big deal. And I think they should maybe start to try to move on without this other person, because it's like it gets to a point where it's almost humiliating. But that being said, I'm about to absolutely demolish the rest of this. Okay, was that a quick enough update for you? Oh my god, I have a problem. I wasn't filming, but I just started crying on page 344. I fail as a booktuber for not documenting that, but I have to let you know.
So am I awake? Have to hear you calling. Was there nothing left to say? Find another place, memorize the solid.
Alright, I finished this book, and it's so funny. This has happened several times with Ali Hazelwood, but I love it when I'm so frustrated with something, and then a character, the narration, the author, points it out. Immediately, I'm less frustrated, and it's happened several times with Ali Hazelwood. It's like just a validation of knowing that the author is aware of this, and is frustrated by it as well, that the characters are frustrated by it. It makes me like, oh, okay, this is making sense. This is now logical, and I'm like more into it. That being said though, I want to talk about this ending in like spoilery ways, but it's I think it did go on a little bit, but also like I still loved it. And then like the person I was frustrated with, it got to the point where I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit. And I thought, because this is a romance, we know it's a happy ever after, it's a happy ending, I thought I wasn't going to enjoy it because I was so frustrated. And for a minute there, it felt like that was gonna happen, but then this person said all the right things, made me tear up, went on a little bit too long, but then it was like perfect at the end. I don't know. And I was giggling up all the way to the end. Like I just love her humor, and I've talked about this book enough for this video. That's supposed to last another 6 days. I read this whole book today, and that is so fun. I literally did nothing but read this book and talk to you about it, and that is just the best feeling. So I think I'm gonna give this a 4. The first half of it was perfection, could have been a 5-star. Then like after the middle, I was really frustrated, but then was validated, but then was frustrated, but then I liked it. I don't know. If you've read this, please let me know all of your thoughts. Oh, one more thought. Sorry, and I know I bring Twilight up a lot, and some of you don't care, but I know some of you do. Connor is so fucking Edward Cullen coded. Are you kidding me? And he bugs me for the same reasons that Edward bugs me. I'm not gonna get more into that, but like Okay, I need to get ready for bed so that I can wake up at 5 in the morning. Ew. Okay, first of all, I know it's not a weekly vlog anymore, but I just need to let you know that it's Monday and it has been a shit-filled day. So I'm kind of glad that editing Ali cut me off because, like, oof, all I want to do is eat ice cream, take a nap, and watch Modern Family. It actually all worked out. It's now around 3 p.m. on Monday. It's been a whole day of processing this book as I was working, and I think I'm gonna stick with my 4-star. If I had to be extremely picky, it would be like a 3.85. God, I'm annoying. But it's funny because I just love the writing, the humor, I mean, the word choices. There are a lot of words in here, by the way, that I literally underlined. They're like words I'd never heard before, and she made it very clear what they meant through context, but still, like, Ali, what does purulent mean? I can't even say it. Exsanguination. I could go on, but I didn't actually mark them with like sticky notes, so I just have to be going page by page and find them. But you get it, I get it, Ali gets it, she's smart. And then I love the main character as, like, oh, she is, oh. I feel like she's gonna bug some people because she does lean toward desperation, but like, we have all been there. And if you haven't, we all envy you. If you have spoilery thoughts that you want to share with me, make sure to put in the comments spoiler and then like go down a few spaces and then put it so it'll be hidden for people who don't want to be spoiled. But please talk to me about this book and your feelings toward Connor in particular. I'll see you later. Goodbye.